Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about TeleGeography's DIA pricing module in our pricing suite. So what is the DIA pricing module? This is where we track prices for port-based internet services that are uncontended, symmetrical, and come with carrier-grade SLAs. And we do this across specific cities and port sizes and CDRs. These feed into our WAN cost benchmark service, but these databases are designed for users who have an ongoing need to understand the enterprise port pricing around the world. So first, how do we get prices? Well, you can read about that in the navigation bar here in Help and Methodology. We survey dozens of facilities-based carriers twice each year for prices from a sample of metro areas and port sizes and CDRs. We ask that participants fill out the quote price that they would use in a competitive bid for a mid to large enterprise customer, assuming a 3-year term and excluding local access fees. So how does it work? Well, if you've logged in at your main TeleGeography landing page, you want to scroll down to the network pricing section. There, across the top of the pricing suite, you'll select the DIA module. Then you need to search for your data. You can search by region or more specifically by country. Let's search for Brazil. That is then going to narrow down to the metros that you want to see in that particular country. We'll select Sao Paulo. Then you're going to see under circuit the full port size that you want, which over here will display the committed data rate or CDR that attaches to that full port size. Let's select 500. Finally, you'll select the time range that you want to look for. You can see here we've been collecting these data since 2006. So if you want, you can get a 2-decade-long time series nearly for these data. We're going to restrict it just to the most recent quarter here in 2005 and hit search. That's going to return for you the geography that you selected, the full port and the CDR, the date, and then the full range of prices from minimum through maximum, and the count of the number of carrier quotes that went into calculating that range of prices. If you want to see the individual carrier prices, you click up here on carrier postings, and you'll see the anonymous individual prices that went into calculating that summary statistic. Each carrier is given a random 3-letter code that we keep consistent across the data set. Now, if you want to export this search or any other searches that you do, you just hit this button right here, which will export it to a CSV. But do note that there is a 5,000 row limit on those exports. If you want a larger export, you can go to Data Downloads over here on the navigation bar and then select which data set you want to download, and from there be able to get the entire data set in one big CSV file. You can also do this via API. If you're interested in that, you can click here, or you'll see over on the navigation bar, there's an API section as well that'll give you more instructions about how to go about doing that. So now we don't just display the prices here, but we also offer analysis on pricing trends. If you want to go through that, you click over here on the navigation bar, find the analysis section. Make sure you're in the DIA module up here, which is where we'll publish the analysis that includes DIA. And here you can see what our analysts are thinking and writing about in terms of DIA pricing trends around the world, how DIA prices compare to other services, and how DIA prices have changed over time. So that's a review of the DIA pricing module. Thanks so much for watching.